Sixers come back from a 23-point deficit last night, winning 104-102, closing out their homestand 5-0 and remaining undefeated at the Wells Fargo Center in 2018, 11-0. We must protect this house. The night started out with finding out Embiid was out with an ankle injury. Seemed like they're resting him up for the All-Star game and the activities and whatnot. I really hope that the ankle isn't anything serious. The team came out flat. When you don't have Embiid, don't have that same energy. You don't have your number one player, and it seemed like they were gonna roll over, and it was just gonna be one of them nights. They went in the half down 23 points, 62-39. They did not look good. They like I said, they looked flat. They looked unenergetic. Just no pizzazz. They were turning the ball over. They weren't making shots. They were getting some open shots, but especially I noticed Reddick's. They were just forcing a lot because they weren't able to get the same open shots that they're able to get when Embiid makes everything easier. He spreads it open for Ben, so Ben can make things happen. Not that Ben can't make it happen on his own, but it just makes life easier for everybody. That third quarter, Saric was the key to the comeback. He was hustling all over the place, running down loose balls like a madman. And the shot was falling for him. He had 13 points in the quarter. I've been a little trepidatious in the past, I'll say, when Dario decides to shoot. I always, I don't want him not to shoot, but at the same time, it looks flat. It used to look flat when it came out of his hand, and I would always be worried. But now he's shooting it with confidence. He's shooting it with an arc, and he is not missing right now. And neither is Marco Bellinelli, who was a huge part of that comeback, catching fire in the third and fourth quarter, making three after three after three, bringing the building to their feet. He's going to be huge. I can't wait to see what he does with Embiid, but 9-point game going into the fourth quarter. The Sixers were, you could sense that the momentum was shifting, and that the building was starting to the building was flat as well with the team in the first half. They knew that they thought the same thing. They probably came to the arena thinking Embiid was going to play, found out he wasn't, and whatever. Everyone decided to mail it in, but not the team, man. They continued to chip away. They got that deficit eventually all the way down inside when it was inside 6 minutes, but the Heat did not go away. They kept fighting. They made shot after shot. Tyler Johnson hit a three. Whiteside kept cleaning up boards. Redick finally broke through for a clutch bucket with inside a minute. It was about 30 seconds left. I don't remember the exact time, but he pump fake. He got the ball, and it was almost like a double team, but he pump faked, and the guy kind of came by him. He took a step to his right and knocked down a baseline mid-range jumper, and that was huge. Made it a 3-point game, I want to say, and the Sixers, needed every single point that they got tonight. He was 1 for 10 shooting at a certain point tonight. He started out horrible, but it was good to see him break through at the end. They bungled the closing of that game. They had a turnover where Marco Bellinelli had to try and save it. They went and reviewed it. He stepped out of bounds, and that gave the Heat the ball back with 3.3 seconds left in a 2-point game. And they ran the inbounds play, and D Wade got the ball, and he got a good look at it from three. He dribbled right up, and there was a contest, but he got a clean look at it. And I gotta say, when I saw that thing leave his hand, I thought it was money. It looked like it was money, but it bricked. It barely missed. It rimmed in and out. It was off to the right. It clanked off to the right. I won't say he rimmed in and out, but Sixers, thankfully, hopefully, and luckily, win the game. And just a couple things I saw that I had written down here. Let me see. Of course, Ben Simmons, another triple-double. I saw a thing that said that he had more triple-doubles than Paul Pierce and Tracy McGrady had in their career combined. I don't, I guess that's pretty cool. Those guys are, legends of the game, but neither really known as a passer. 5 Sixers were in double figures. Holmes, Redick, Simmons, Bellinelli, and Saric, who led the team with 19. It was a complete team effort, especially in that second half. Holmes stepped up big in the second half. He provided a lot of energy that was missing from the whole team in the first half. He was flying around grabbing boards and cleaning up the boards on defense and getting offensive boards. And he plays great defense. I would really like to. I don't, I know the rotation's kind of tight these days, but maybe a little more Holmes and a little less Johnson just to get Rashawn a little run, because that dude can play. Marco, a little Marco Bellinelli tribute. He's a huge addition, dude. He he can take and make shots from pretty much anywhere on the floor. Uh, as long as he's provided some sort of screen, or they help him out a little bit, he can put it on the floor and get himself open. He kind of reminds me of Redick, but he was burying them shots last night, and he was running off the same screens that were run for Redick. I can't wait to see how he does look with Embiid. I imagine tons of open shots for these guys. When he's on the floor, they'll have to be paying attention to all sorts of guys. We'll have guys like Bellinelli, Redick. That's probably it. Covington. I was thinking of Covington. I know we had another shooter, but we need Covington to start knocking down some shots more consistently. Tony Brothers and the whole officiating crew, especially Tony Brothers, my man, was terrible last night. They were awful on both ways, but especially on the Sixers. They were very quick with the technical, which which was a little ridiculous, especially Dario. He did give the wave, but it was just unnecessary, and a lot of guys were calling things that were just there was no way they could have seen. There was a lot of guessing and a lot of it seemed like rule making up last night. But hopefully the Sixers can ride this high all the way through the All-Star break. All-Star break coming up this weekend. Like I said, you get to see Simmons and I think Mike. I don't know if Dario. No, I don't think he's playing. I don't know why I said that. But so we got Ben in the World game, Embiid in the World game. We got a lot of Embiid this weekend. I can't believe we're not getting Simmons into the All-Star game. That's an absolute travesty, an abomination. But I'll be back with some videos at some point. I don't know what we'll talk about or what the topics will be. I'll be mixing it up. Thanks for listening.